honestly acknowledge the circumstances we inherited. 94 million Americans are out of the labor force. Over 43 million people are now living in poverty, and over 43 million Americans are on food stamps. More than 1 in 5 people in their prime working years are not working. We have the worst financial recovery in 65 years. In the last 8 years, the past administration has put on more new debt than nearly all of the other presidents combined. We've lost more than 1/4 of our manufacturing jobs since NAFTA was approved, and we've lost 60,000 factories since China joined the World Trade Organization in 2001. Our trade deficit in goods with the world last year was nearly $800 billion. And overseas, we have inherited a series of tragic foreign policy disasters. Obamacare premiums nationwide have increased by double and triple digits. As an example, Arizona went up 116% last year alone. And we've spent trillions and trillions of dollars overseas, while our infrastructure at home has so badly crumbled.
After Tuesday night, nobody should have any more doubt that the US economy has been in the process of collapsing. Donald Trump's speech to a joint session of Congress is being hailed as his best speech ever. Even CNN's Van Jones praised Trump, which shocked many observers. Jones said that when Trump honored the widow of slain Navy SEAL Ryan Owens, that it was one of the most extraordinary moments you have ever seen in American politics. And Jones believes that Trump became President of the United States at that moment. But Trump's speech is not just being praised for that one moment. He detailed many of the most important problems that our nation is facing, and he explained his prescription for addressing those problems. Hopefully Trump's words help the people to understand that our problems did not get fixed just because he got elected. It is going to take extraordinary action to fix those problems, because our problems run very deep. In particular, Trump made an exceedingly strong case that the US economy has been badly deteriorating for a very long period of time. The following are 11 quotes from the Trump speech to Congress that showed that the US economy is in a state of collapse.
94 million Americans are out of the labor force. Over 43 million people are now living in poverty. And over 43 million Americans are on food stamps. More than 1 in 5 people in their prime working years are not working. We have the worst financial recovery in 65 years. In the last 8 years, the past administration has put on more new debt than nearly all of the other presidents combined. We've lost more than 1/4 of our manufacturing jobs since NAFTA was approved. And we've lost 60,000 factories since China joined the World Trade Organization in 2001. Our trade deficit in goods with the world last year was nearly $800 billion. Obamacare premiums nationwide have increased by double and triple digits. As an example, Arizona went up 116% last year alone. And we've spent trillions and trillions of dollars overseas, while our infrastructure at home has so badly crumbled.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And the video you just seen is the reality of where America is heading. America is going to collapse. America is going down. And there's really nothing, no politician, no president, no man on earth can do to stop it. This is of the Lord. This is the Most High destroying America. And this is the Most High judging America. So I'm going to give you scripture, and I'm going to go into a whole bunch of articles. This is going to be one of my longer videos because there's so many articles I want to bring out just to validate, okay, what America, okay, is going to go through and what America is going to be in these last days. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 11. Knowing, therefore, the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. Right. The reason why America is going down is because the Lord is tired of America. The Most High God, the God of Israel, hates America. And he wants to bring it down. This is the reason why America is in the realm it's in. All right. But we are made manifest unto the Most High. Right. That's the elect. All right. And I trust also are made manifest in your conscience. Right, man. All right. The elect. All right. You should be trusting the elect mainly. All right. Lord willing. All right. It's the majority of the men in Great Millstone because they are the ones bringing us out that America's going down and you need to get back with the Lord. All right. That's why we use the terror of the Lord to tell you what's about to happen, the judgment. And we bring out articles. We bring out the scriptures mainly to show you what's about to happen, man. So you should trust, okay, the members of Great Millstone, okay, who I believe majority of them are of the elect, okay. And this is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 21. And he changeth the times and the seasons. And who's that? The Most High. And that the times and the seasons are changed now. And it's time and the season for America to go down. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. Right. He's removing the kings of Babylon. The kings of you so-called white people. You Edomites. You are now being removed from your throne. You are no longer going to be ruling anymore. He giveth wisdom unto the wise. And who's the wise? The elect. Because you 2/3, you so-called black, Spanish, and Native Americans are still not going to get it. You're going to party it up. You're going to continue in your bullshit until the whole shit collapse. All right? And knowledge to them that know understanding. Right? And that's specifically to the members of Great Millstone, starting with our apostles. Okay? Because this is the knowledge of what's about to happen. So I gave you 2 scriptures, and now bear with me because I'm going to go through a whole bunch of articles to prove that America is going to collapse, and there's nothing nobody can do to stop it because this is of the Lord. All right? So let's start out with this article right here from CNN Money. Some people may claim CNN's fake news. Some people may say, hey, you know, CNN is credible news. It really doesn't matter. The point is the title speaks for itself. 6 in 10 Americans don't have $500 in their savings. All right? That should just get you to start understanding the times that we're living in. If you were suddenly hit with a $500 unexpected bill, would you be able to cover it? That's the question. Okay? Majority of Americans will not be. All right? If the answer is no, you're not alone. Nearly 6 in 10 Americans don't have enough savings to cover a $500 or $1,000 unplanned expense, according to a new report from Bankrate. Now, this is from CNN Money, okay? You can't get any more credible than this if you're going mainstream. And this is mainly to our people. Majority of so-called black, Spanish, and Native Americans, all right? You watch CNN, so you damn well know, all right, that you are in this category that don't even have enough money for unplanned expense. And what does that unplanned expense consist of? A car breaking down, a health crisis, all right? Jail, prison, you understand? Only 41% of adults reported having enough in their savings account to cover a surprise bill of this magnitude. A little more than 20% said they would put it on a credit card, and reports said while 20% would cut their spending, 11% would turn to friends and family for financial assistance. So there you have it. All right? So that's one. And knowing so-called black, Spanish, and Native Americans, your family and friends are broke just like you. So they're not going to be able to fork up an unexpected, okay, surprise bill. So that's one article. You don't even have enough money in your savings account to pay for some type of calamity. All right? So that's one reason why America is going down. Okay? Let's continue on. Half of Americans are spending their entire paycheck. Woo! This came out June 27, 2017. Nearly half Americans say their expenses are equal to or greater than their income, according to a new study from the Center for Financial Service Innovation. And for those 18 to 25, the percentage is over half, up to 54%. Now, what you retarded Americans need to understand, these are studies conducted, man. This takes time and man effort. That's why I always say to overtime, time and man effort, okay, to deliver this type of analysis. When you read stuff like this, you should start asking yourself many questions. Holy shit, how can this economy sustain the way it is? It's not. It's going to collapse under Trump's watch. Why? Because he will bring in the martial law. He will bring in, okay, the calamities in America, especially to you so-called black, Spanish, and Native Americans. Project Megiddo, Rex 84, King Alfred Plan, that's all in the works to destroy 2/3, all right? Continuing on. Half of America has no financial cushion, says Jennifer Tescher, President and CEO of CFSI, which released the study. Quote, they are living really close to the edge, end quote. Woo, close to the edge. Of the 25% who say they have too much debt, 96% report being stressed. This kind of financial stress has lasting health effects to those constantly working to cover the nut. Lasting health effects. Now, we just went to the other article saying they only have $500 to $100 to $1,000 in their savings accounts, and they're stressed about not having enough money to pay for the lifestyle that they're living. So guess what? Majority of Americans are screwed. All right? You will end up eating each other alive when the economy collapses. This is unsustainable. This is delusion. All right? Let me see if there's anything else in here. Perhaps we're overspending. Look at this. Maybe the gig economy isn't working. Right, it is a gig. It's up. It is a gig. It's an illusion. It's a bullshit. Okay? Let's continue on. Let's go into what Americans look at. Cars, right? Because you stupid, you fucking Americans look at yourselves as, well, if I have a nice flashy car, I'm a somebody. All right? The illusion is saying, hey, I got money, which is bullshit. All right? CNN Money is going to state this. Americans are going deeper into debt to buy cars. Car buyers are going deeper into debt for longer periods of time as they reach to buy more expensive new cars. The average car loan last month stretched out for 69.3 months or nearly 6 years, according to Edmunds.com. So people are buying expensive cars by stretching out their loan. Instead of paying it within 3 to 5, they're saying, nah, I'd rather do it in 6 years. Okay? That's the longest average loan term ever recorded since Edmunds.com began tracking the statistics in 2002. Based on industry trends, it's very unlikely that it has ever been higher. Look at that, man. So I want to get to a point right here, because this shit is the reason why America is collapsing. Last month, car buyers borrowed an average of $31,000 with average monthly payments of $517, the highest so far this year. The highest so far this year? Wow. There are serious downsides to long auto loans. For one thing, since a longer loan is paid off more slowly, borrowers will be, quote, upside down in the car longer, meaning they will owe more on the car than what it actually worth for longer. Car buyers end up owing more on about a third of cars that are traded in a dealerships, Caldwell said. That debt then usually gets wrapped up in a new car loan, making for bigger monthly payments and a cycle of expanding debt. Quote, you hear stories about someone driving a $40,000 Toyota Camry, Caldwell said. That's where that comes from. A new Camry typically sells for around $30,000, right? Because really what's happening is that, and this is mainly Jake, this is mainly so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans doing this, okay? And you Edomites, you so-called white people are doing it too, all right? But it's mainly Jake. What they're doing is that, yo, I have a car loan, all right? The car's only worth $10,000, even though I own $16,000 on it. So you know what? Screw it. I'm going to get a new car and just tack on the $16,000, okay, debt that I had from the previous car. And this is why America's collapsing. There is no stopping it. Let's get to another one. Look at this one. That shiny new car is out of reach for many Americans. Now, this is talking about all Americans. Mainly you so-called white people, right? Okay? Only the Washington, D.C. metro area's medium income high enough to afford the average new car price. Woo! Why is that? Let's continue on with this. All right? As wages stagnate and the cost of living continues to rise, paying for a new car's is a challenge, for consumers, according to a new study. Oh, by the way, this article came out July 3rd, all right? You know why they bring out all these articles? Because the elite are shitting on you fucking Americans. They're done with America. They're going to bring it down. The report by Bankrate.com shows that in all but one of the 25 largest U.S. metro areas, households within medium incomes cannot afford the average price of a new car. In 6 of the survey areas, they can afford less than half the amount. That's how bad the economy is. So all that bullshit illusion with the stock market is just what I just said. It's an illusion, an imaginated figment. It's a fucking fairy tale, all right? The real economy is suffering. That's why it's going to collapse. And the elite are going to do it because that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Because guess what? The elite think that they're going to get their new world order out of collapsing America. But it's not going to fucking happen. The Lord's going to smite that shit off. We're going to continue on because this article is just powerful. Listen to this shit right here. With the average new car price at more than $33,000 in May, according to the latest data from Kelley Blue Book, Salakia, only the Washington, D.C. metros area, nearly 100,000 median income could qualify. No fucking shit. Of course they can fucking qualify. Why? Because nothing but politicians and bureaucrats live in that piece of shit area. So of course they're going to make sure their salary, okay, could compete with the car prices up to date. But yet, you so-called black Hispanics and Americans, where the fuck do you sit in this fucking analysis? In the worst market affordability, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach. That's right, this is where I live at, all right, in South Florida. A medium income household around $51,000 could afford a $13,000, $577 car. What car even is being built with this price? Huh? Or that even Jake would even want to buy for brand new? What's that car? Smart car? Is this what they're talking about? So basically what they're saying is that if you want a brand new fucking car in South Florida, if you're making $51,000, you only can afford a fucking smart car. All right? But yet you fucking clowns in America really think that America's going to prosper on. No, the fucking system's going to collapse. Well, the average new car there would cost more than double that of $35,000. Right. The average. And what's the average? Like a Toyota Camry. So what you're seeing is an illusion of wealth. Meaning those that are buying cars are doing it with thinking that they're going to succeed for the future. And that is nothing but an illusion. All right? A lot of households are overextending themselves in car calls. Yeah. All right? Especially here in South Florida, man. This is fucking depressing right here, man. This is why we here at Great Millstone are telling you this shit is over. Get ready for the financial collapse. Now let's get to here in Florida. All right, CBS 12. Affordable housing crisis in Palm Beach County putting parents and their kids on the streets. They can't even afford fucking housing here, down here in South Florida. All right, Palm Beach County. Reports show there are over 4,000 students within Palm Beach County School District that are considered homeless. The average is just 7 years old. This is dangerous, man. You're going to see people fucking kill each other, man, when the economy collapses. This is why we here at Great Mills are telling y'all, you better get with the Lord. You so-called black Hispanics and Americans, get with the Most High, because he's going to break America down. All right? And he's going to use the elite to do it, because the elite have been deceived in thinking they're going to build their new world order after America collapses. Continuing on. Homelessness among youth in school districts is defined as not have a consistent home, meaning homelessness, youth can be couch surfing, living in a hotel, or with relatives temporarily. All right? So that's a struggle right there. In Palm Beach County, a minimum wage worker would have to clock 104 hours weekly to afford a one-bedroom apartment. This is just fucking sad, man. This is why America is going down. This is one of the key reasons, man. This is in my turf, man. South Florida, my hometown. All right? Let's continue on, because this is going to coincide with this article right here, Business Insider. The hourly wage needed to rent a two-bedroom home in every state. Look at this graph. Business Insider. In order to obtain a two-bedroom apartment in Florida, you need to make $20.68 an hour. Okay? This is why the economy is unsustainable. You have people just living off of credit and living off an illusion that someday they're going to be able to pay it back. And that is unsustainable. And that's why the economy will collapse. All right? Let's continue on with this article, because it really just lays the foundation right here. Even if Americans make above minimum wage, they could still feel like they aren't making enough to scrape by on rent, let alone save for retirement. That's right. The map is a stark reminder that many Americans, especially low-income workers, can't afford to rent even a modest home. All right? Look at that. Illinois, $20.87. That's a two-bedroom apartment. New York, $28.08. All right? These are statistics. All right? You so-called black Hispanics and Americans, you ain't doing no fucking statistics. All right? This is why we tell you week in and week out when we go on the highways and byways, man. Wake the fuck up, man. Also, you fucking heathens that are living in America. America's over, all right? Deal with it. Get ready to see the collapse. So now, let's change up the equation. What about you going to college, you little fucking maggots here in America? You're going to college, right? Huh? You're going to get your little college degrees. And no, as long as I go to college, all right, I'll be able to pay off these high ticket items, these high price items. Well, guess what? That's all an illusion too. This is the age most Americans pay off their student loans. Notice CNBC, July 3rd. I'm telling you, man. The elite made sure they wrote all this right during the time of 4th of July. Because you little fucking monkeys out there out partying. And they put all this out saying, what are you partying for? Your country's going to collapse. Idiots. Student debt is unfortunately reality. For most U.S. college graduates, roughly 70% of grads leave college with a student debt, and over 44 million Americans hold a total of $1.4 trillion in student loan debt. That's a bubble ready to burst if you're in economics. Okay? Listen to this. Research from Citizens Financial Group suggests that 60% of student debt borrowers expect to pay off their loans in their 40s. In their 40s. That means they went to college in their late teens, early 20s, and they're expecting to pay off their loans in their 40s. But meanwhile, they want you to get a house, they want you to get a car, they want you to get health insurance. The system is unsustainable. America's going to collapse. Let's get back to the scriptures again and read it one more time. Daniel chapter 2 verse 21. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. It's time for America to be removed. The kings of America are going to be removed. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge unto them that know understanding. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 11. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion. And right, you fucking Americans are in a strong delusion. Here it is. I'm bringing you articles from your own mainstream media. Your own media corporate fuckboys. And they're telling you America's going down. That they should believe a lie. Right. You're believing a lie right now. Partying, drinking, right? The only ones that should be really rejoicing are the elect of Israel, mainly at Great Millstone. Because by reading these articles, we're rejoicing because we know America's going down. It's going down hard. And that gives us the hope and the faith that the kingdom of heaven is right there, near. Because once America falls, the kingdom of heaven will come. All right? Babylon must fall. But you, rest of you fucking peons in America, you believe in America's bullshit, even though these articles, these statistics say otherwise. Verse 12. But wait, let me go back. That they should believe a lie, right? You believe in this lie. Verse 12. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth. Right. And this is mainly talking to our people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You don't believe that America is going to go down. You don't believe that the Lord is going to make sure that America burns for its iniquities and its wickedness. You don't believe. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. You had in pleasure in unrighteousness, right? Taking out loans, taking out credit cards that you can't afford. You can't afford it. Living in illusion, living in a lie, for a lifestyle that was just a phantom. All right? You Americans are broke. The elite know it. We here at Great Millstone, the apostles starting all the way down to us, the foot soldiers, know it. We know it. And who knows it the most? The Most High. Why? Because he's allowing it to happen. He's making it manifest. He's bringing America down. Let's go now to right here. Listen, look at this. The richest U.S. families own a startling portion of America's wealth. Distribution matters. The United States has long taken pride in being the richest nation in the world. It should just say was the richest nation in the world. That's what it should say. It remains so despite China's quick game of catch-up and much larger population, at least when it comes to the broadest measure of country's economic output, gross domestic product. Yet deep inequalities, which became a hot-button political issue in the wake of a deep recession and financial crisis that highlighted those disparities, paint a different picture of how well off Americans really are. Right, because you're broke as fuck and you're going down. Research from Berkeley Economics has found incomes at the top 0.001% of income strata surged a whopping 636% between 1980 and 2014. Right. Well, all you average American peons were going broke, though the top, the elite, were getting richer. Critics of the bodywork say its use of pre-tax data masks some of the equalizing effects of the tax code and thus overstates inequality. If that were indeed the case, a look at the distribution of wealth as opposed to just income, while harder to measure, could be a better barometer as a true state of America's social divide. This chart, courtesy of Deutsche Bank, another elite bank, like this is what I'm talking about. The elite are shitting on you fucking Americans. They're creating these graphs just to laugh in your face. Like, what are you going to do about it? This chart, courtesy of Deutsche Bank economist Torsten Slok, shows the picture with regards to wealth is even bleaker. The richest 10% of families are worth a combined $51 trillion, equal to 71% of total household wealth. To put that figure in perspective, the U.S. gross domestic product totaled $18.5 trillion in 2016. That means 10% of the family's wealth exceeds those of the gross domestic product of what America makes. And let's get real 110% with facts. What the fuck does America make? Weapons, bombs, guns. Because everything else, when you look it up, it comes from China. But you know, a simple American won't put two together. A simple American is too out busy partying on a 4th of July. You fucking idiots. This is a graph. Look at ya. Look at you. This it says the bottom 50%, you're losing wealth, while the top 10% is gaining wealth. All right? But yet you're talking about you're securing your bag. You fucking Americans ain't got nothing. You're losing and you're going down. Last article. And then I'm going to get to a scripture. And that's a wrap for you fucking Americans. How Western civilization could collapse. That's where we're at. Western civilization is going to collapse. With one more article to show it off. How is it going to collapse? Look at this. This is an article from The Economist. All the nations that are in red are in so much financial debt that it cannot be paid off. And majority of these nations are the Western civilization. This is how scary it is. All right? And I'm going to put all these articles on the description box so you can look it up for yourself. All right? Let's read this article, and then I'm going to close out with the final scripture. The political economist Benjamin Freeman once compared modern Western society to a stable bicycle whose wheels are kept spinning by economic growth. Let me blow this up. All right? Should that forward propelling motion slow or cease, the pillars that define our society, democracy, individual liberties, social tolerance, and more, will begin to teeter. And you're seeing it teeter. That's why cops are shooting blacks and Hispanics with impunity, as well as fucking you crackers up too. And then you're seeing society being broken down by the amount of drugs you fuckers are consuming because you're depressed, because you know you don't see your life getting any better. Our world would become an increasingly ugly place, one defined by a scramble over limited resources and a rejection of anyone outside of our immediate group. Should we find no way to get the wheels back in motion, we eventually face total societal collapse. Such collapses have occurred many times in human history, right? For you secular fucking idiots that don't believe in the Bible, okay? History is history. Civilizations have resurrected and failed. All right? So what makes America any different? Such collapses have occurred many times in human history. And in no civilization, no matter how seemingly great, is immune to the vulnerabilities that may lead a society to its end. You're damn fucking right. In America, it's at its end. Regardless of how well things are going in the present moment, the situation can always change. Putting aside species-ending events like an asteroid strike, nuclear winter, that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what the brothers of Great Millstone are looking forward to, nuclear fucking winter. Or a deadly pandemic, right? That's what we're looking forward to as well. Swine flu, Zika, the Black Plague. And the Black Plague is here. New Mexico did an article on it. Okay? Slovakia. New Mexico made a report on it and PBS picked it up. History tells us that it usually a plethora, meaning multiple events happening at the same fucking time, of factors that contribute to collapse. What are they and which, if any, have already begun to surface? It should come as no fucking surprise, I'd like to throw it in there, that humanity is currently on an unstable and uncertain path. But just how close are we to reaching that point of no return? Oh, we're fucking close. We're right here, especially here in America. While it's impossible to predict the future with certainty, sorry, we've already predicted the future there, you little fucking clown, because I just gave you numerous of articles proving that America's fucking done. Mathematics, that's statistics, right? Science and history can provide hints about the prospects of Western society for long-term continuation. Let's jump down to the fucking point. The economic stratification may lead to collapse on its own. On the other hand, came as more of a surprise to Metasheri and his colleagues. Under this scenario, elites push society towards instability and eventual collapse by hoarding huge quantities of wealth. That's what's happening. The elite are hoarding huge quantities of wealth. Hey, hello. This article just demonstrated that, okay? Coming from Business Insider. Let's get back to it. And resources, leaving little or none for commoners, right? You little fucking maggots. Who vastly outnumber them yet support them with labor. You're fucking right. Because how will the rich continue to gain all them resources? By your labor, which means what? You're a slave. You didn't realize that, did you? You should. Eventually, the working population crashes because the portion of wealth allocated to them is not enough, right? All these articles prove that. The inequalities we see today, both within and between countries, already point to such disparities. That's right. For example, the top 10% of global income earners are responsible for almost as much total greenhouse gas emissions as the bottom 19%. Why? Because they're driving in their private jet planes. They're driving with a whole bunch of body armored SUVs to protect them from you fucking little people. The reason why I'm like being belligerent and talking to you down, this should get you to be like, yo, yeah, I am a fucking nobody. I should humble myself. I should take that pride out of me. Okay? And let me get back to the Lord. And that's why you so-called black Spaniards and Americans, what are you fucking proud of? You're suffering here. You're dying here. You should just come back to the Lord. All right? This is humbling you down. This humbles me down. All right? I know I'm a slave here. All right? The brothers in Great Millstone know they're a slave here. All right? We say we're working on the plantation. We understand this. That's why we have hope in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Similarly, about half of the world's population lives on less than $3 per day. Right? This is statistics. So, let's get to the final scripture to prove why America is going down. Because of unrighteous dealings, right? All these unrighteous dealings. Credit, debt, bonds, stealing of wealth, hoarding resources, injuries, and riches got by deceit. Right? Oh, and by the way, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8, or known as the Book of Sirach. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And right, it is deceit. Because if you can't afford it, why are you buying it? So it is all deceit. It's an illusion. It's deception. And that's why America is going to be translated from one people to another. And who's that next people? The 12 tribes of Israel, the kingdom of heaven, the Israelites, Jacob's descendants, Israel. That is the future. Because America is collapsing. And with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Lord willing, this motivated you brothers that are watching to step up. It's time. Get out on the highways and byways. Teach the word. Be in season, out of season. We're at the end of this. America will collapse. For you sisters out there, this will put some fear in you to, make sure you watch the members of Great Millstone, and Lord willing, you accept our full doctrine, and then you join with Great Millstone as being one of the many wives to Great Millstone. Yeah, that's going to happen. Get ready. All right? Because Isaiah 4:1 will happen because of this. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. The water to the apostles for teaching the truth. Waking up brothers like me. And salutation to the Hakim out there, pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right? Those that are claiming their heritage, whether you are the confusion of faces, okay? It's just beautiful to see all you brothers out there pushing this word. Love you, brothers. Endure. Keep up the faith. We're almost out of here. And with that, you know our slogan. 1, 2, 3. Death to America. Shalom.